I was really proud of our team today for protecting a lead the second half. You know, this was kind of like deja vu with the Northern Illinois game, however we let Northern back in the game. I think the difference between the two games is that our team's learning and understanding how to appreciate defense, and we're playing better defense. We're contesting shots, we're rebounding, and we're doing some very good things. We're not there yet, but I'm much more proud of what we're doing defensively now than what we were doing earlier in the season. And it was good to see people like Sophie Rieger come in and give us really positive minutes. This is probably one of her better games, and we need her to do that to spell crunch.
Dola said you've gotten on her about her defense. It looked like she responded early. I mean, she made it hard on her guys.
You know, Coach Kowalczyk and I share a lot of stuff, and one thing he shared with me was his defensive grading system. They grade on how other teams score, and I do everything because we need that much work. We're too young. We make a lot of mistakes. But when I graded every possession of our Northern Illinois game, Enma and Andola were our worst two defenders in the whole game. And I shared that with the whole team, and I think those two really took it to heart. And when those two will be our kind of lead by example type of defensive players, we're a much better team.
Specifically, what did she not do well in that game?
Both of them were gambling like we were behind when we had a lead, and unfortunately, because they were doing that, Crunch had 4 fouls, and Crunch almost fouled out 2 or 3 times because Andola and Enma were jumping out of the defense. You know, we played like we were down instead of up, and that's one thing I kept reminding them of during the game was we need to play discipline. That was our #1 goal and key of the game, was play disciplined defense instead of do what you want to do defense, which up until this point in the season we'd played a lot of.
So have you just begun doing Todd's grading system?
I started it about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. But again, it's just something, I love the fact that he's so willing to share. And, you know, I think you can always learn, and I appreciate his willingness to share. You know, if either one of us see something that we think is going to help the other, we show each other, and I learned an awful lot from him.
Anything else?
Yeah. Baker was not here.
Baker got a concussion before the Northern Illinois game in practice, and, you know, as concussions are concerned, we just don't know when she'll be back until she passes tests. And the unfortunate thing when you have a concussion is you don't do any conditioning. So even when she gets back from that, we're going to have to get her back in shape. You know, so she's out. And then Steph Recker, you know, she's feeling a lot better. I don't know exactly when it's going to be. I don't know if it'll be Buffalo, but I think you'll see her back pretty soon.
And Baker, you didn't want her around the
light
lights
and the noise, just too much.
Sure.
Yep.
Do you feel that you guys have reached a point of a schedule where you can start to build some momentum a little bit? You got to go on the road now.
Right. Well, this would be an interesting week to see what we're made of. You know, we've got 3 games in 1 week. From a player standpoint, it's awesome. You know, they just want to play in games. From a coach's standpoint, with a young team, I worry about preparation time. It's been nice when we've had several days in a row to prepare for a team, but now we're going to see if, you know, what we've been teaching them all season, if they remember it, how much retaining we have of the information, because it's going to pay off if we have, and if we don't, it could really wreak havoc on us. But I think this week will be telltale in what we're taking in. You know, have we really learned something or not? And, you know, are we going to be satisfied with 2 victories in a row, or do we want more? I hope we're hungry, and I hope we want more. But I hope so. I hope the biggest lesson we learned from today is if you play defense, no matter how you shoot the ball, you can win. And that's something we did all last year, and we can shoot the ball better than we did today. I feel bad for Elena because even one, I think, touched the bottom of the net and came right back out. She's a good shooter, and she'll hit some. It's unfortunate that they didn't fall today.
Not to keep belaboring the point, but Andola and Enma, has that been an issue more at times this year defensively because of, you know, you don't have Yolanda behind them cleaning
you know,
things up?
Anytime you have experience behind someone, you know when you get beat, you've got the best shot blocker in the league standing there ready to throw their shot in the stands. That gives you a little bit more ability to gamble. Now we've got to play a little bit smarter because obviously we do not want to have crunch and foul trouble. Sophie is showing she can play those minutes, and when she comes in, she can't foul either. But I think if we see them play a little bit more discipline and pick and choose their moments a little bit better, we'll just be better. We don't want to let people drive middle on us or drive baseline on us and have easy looks and, you know, just putting people at risk. You don't want to rotate unless you absolutely have to. And we were kind of playing in a type of defense in the Northern game where we wanted the rotationary time, and you're going to get a foul sooner or later in that.
How was Inlet's defense do?
Much better. She got driven a couple times in the middle, but the great thing was in the timeout we talked about it and she fixed it. You know, the one thing I love about her is just she's so competitive and she just wants to be the best player she can be. So she's very coachable. You know, you get on her about something, she really takes it to heart. You know, she doesn't hold a grudge. She doesn't get mad and you know, fight you on it. She actually wants to get better, and that's a tribute to her. All right.